So you want to get into the word of God, man. Maybe you're struggling with it. Maybe you have trouble consistently reading the word, or maybe you just fell off and you feel me, stop reading it for some reason. Well, I'm gonna show you boys how to get back into the word. And if you're new, I'm gonna show you boys what to do, how to consistently get to reading the word, and why you need to read the word. You need the word, especially if you're a Christian, bro. A lot of people out here proclaiming that they're Christians, but don't even own a Bible. You need a Bible. Paul calls it the sword of the Spirit in Ephesians, because it is literally an offensive weapon. If you use this against Satan, that's exactly what Jesus did, actually. When he was being tempted, he used the word of God to defeat Satan. Right, when he was being tempted. So we really do need this. If you don't have a Bible, and if you're struggling with it, maybe you're not consistent with it, I'm gonna show you boys how to get into it. So first of all, let's get it. First of all, we need to figure out why you are reading the Bible. Why are you reading the Bible? Right? Why are you reading the Bible? You can't I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's hard to just kind of pick it up and just start reading. It's definitely a possibility, but you really want to know why you're reading it. Are you trying to learn the character of God? Are you trying to know who God is? Are you trying to figure out, you feel me? You really got to know why you're diving into the word, and God will give you that reason why. You're trying to learn who he is. Are you just interested? You really got to understand where you're going with it. You have to understand why you're getting into it, and that's very important. Are you desiring to read? Are you desiring to know God? Are you desiring to get closer to God? This is what we all need to be doing. Now, we're on to the second thing. Get a physical Bible. You need a physical Bible. Physical Bible. Do not try to read it online. I know it's not impossible. I'm not saying it's impossible. But please, if get a physical Bible, because the world soon, very soon, it's finna be, the grid is finna be down. So you're not gonna be able to go online soon. You need a physical Bible. This is not even like a want. This is not you need a physical Bible, and you need to know what translation you're finna get to. Now, I do not recommend, if you are just beginning, I do not recommend that you get a KJV Bible. I'm just being real. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm not saying me personally, it's very hard to get into as a beginner in walking. I'm still a beginner. I'm not gonna act like I'm some high and bro, I still read the NLT. I'm getting the KJV one soon. But as a very new very new beginner, first day type beat, yeah, you really want to get a NLT or an ESV. I'm not going to go into all the differences in the Bible, thought for thought and word for word. I'm not going to do all of that, but yes, get a physical Bible and get an NLT. If you want to, you can get a KJV, bro. Go for it. Or get a ASV. It doesn't really matter, but just make sure that you have a physical Bible. All right, now I'm gonna teach y'all boys how to get consistent with it, how to get consistent with reading the word, because I do know, bro, it's hard to sometimes we're just not consistent with it. You feel me? But so first of all, you have to set a consistent time, not necessarily a consistent time, but a consistent location, a consistent time, a general time, right? I do it I do it as soon as I wake up. Even before I brush my teeth, I'm reading the word, and then I'm journaling to God, which I think I'm gonna get into another video, but that's a form of prayer. But yeah, journaling to God is also huge. I ain't gonna lie, but I'll get into that in another video. But definitely set a consistent time and a location, right? As soon as I wake up, now that I have my desk and all this, I come over here and read the Bible on my desk. And also, if you have the app, the Bible app, you can use it. You can have it playing. You can have the audio playing while reading it. That's if some audio book type beat. So I have it audio while you're reading it. That's also what I do, and I remain consistent with it. But like I said, find a consistent time. So say if you have work when you wake up or something, after work, or even before you go to sleep, you have to know a consistent time that you will always be at. You will always be at. That's what I'm really trying to set for y'all. Consistent time, consistent location, you're gonna be straight. Now let's get into the next point. So the next one, this is it. Like if you do all of these 3 things, like you're gonna be straight. If you do all of these things, like you're gonna be good, bro. I promise you. Set a reminder on your phone for 5 minutes to read the Bible. Right? I'll show y'all a screen recording of my reminders tab and how many I completed and all that. Set a reminder to only read the Bible for 5 minutes. And make sure you're doing it at the consistent time in the consistent location that you picked or whatever, right? I promise you, 5 minutes. That's all it took for me was 5 minutes. You don't even have to finish a chapter, just 5 minutes in the Word. 5 minutes. You can go lower if you really want to. You can go 3 minutes. 3 minutes. I started off with 5, but you can go 3 minutes a day and gradually build up. That is how you will get into the Word. I promise you, if you just do that. Consistent time, a consistent location, and 4 or 3 to 5 minutes just read it and ask God for like literally I was not consistent with this at all, because not only did I try to read it on the KJV version, I tried to read on the KJV, I tried to read it online, I didn't have the physical Bible, right? And this physical Bible, this joint, I'm not gonna lie, this joint just popped up out of nowhere. It was just in my room. Bro, nah, God is real, bro. Where did this come from? I don't know where this came from. I'm gonna be so real. This is from like 2004, bro. Seriously though, do not read it online. Do not read the KJV if you're first starting. And get a consistent Bible. So we're gonna get into I would get into the books. I'll put a picture up. It's gonna be right here. And essentially what this is the sections of all of the books of the Bible. Now, like you have Mark, Luke, all the Gospels, Mark, John, You have Paul's letters, which is like Romans, Corinthians, all of those. You want to figure out which one you want to get into. You can get into the law, which is Genesis, Exodus. You can do all of those. There's sections of the book, right? There's sections. Old Testament, New Testament. And figure out which one you get into. A lot of people suggest, which I'm also going to suggest, the gospel. So get into Matthew, John, Mark. I suggest John. I started off on John, and then I went to Romans, and then Corinthians, and then Matthew. I went back. Like, you don't have to necessarily stay in that section. Like, I went to John, and I went to Romans, and then I went to Corinthians, and then I went back to the Gospels of Matthew, and then and now I'm on Kings, right? I was on Mark, and now I'm on Kings, which is all the way in the Old Testament, and it's a historical book. So figure out which book, which section that you want to get into, and then put 5 minutes a day to that specific book that you're on. 5 minutes a day to John, 5 minutes a day to Genesis, 5 minutes, just 5 minutes a day, 5 minutes. Set a consistent time, a consistent location, and I promise you, you'll be looking back like, hey, I've been reading the Word for 80 days, 90 days, right? And the Bible app is also really good at tracking too. The Bible app, I don't have like highlighter marker, but I don't have like highlighters or stuff of that nature. I don't have highlighters to like mark my Bible, and but I just use the Bible app to do all of that, to make notes, to do highlights, to do all of that. And it also keeps how many times that you've like visited their apps. If you listen to the Bible app while reading the Word, you can actually track how many days it's been since you've been doing it, right? It's pretty cool. So like I said, you can use them in conjunction. Just do not use only online. You will not. Hey, bro, like if you're new to it, you can try, but like I tried. I was reading the KJV online. I fell asleep. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I fell asleep reading to the Word, bro. Or reading the Word. So make sure you get a physical, NOT, ASV, or if you want KJV, it doesn't matter. Do one of those three, or one of those two, because I don't really suggest KJV for beginners. But if you're trying to get back into the Word, just set a consistent time and a consistent location, and make sure that you have a reminder 5 minutes a day on your phone. 5 minutes, bro. It's 5 minutes, bro. Like if you don't have 5 minutes, bro, you must be. Like, who are you, Elon? Like, bro, you have 5 minutes, bro. Put 5 minutes, 3 minutes. If you don't got 5, put 3. Every single day, consistent time, consistent location. I promise you, all my life, you will get really consistent into the Word. But like I said, that first step, though, that first thing of having a desire to know God, to get to know Him, to get closer to Him, to learn the Word that He provides, that is very huge. You can't just go into it like, okay, let's kind of read, like, no, like, this needs to be it. Like, this is it. This is it. Like, there's no turning back, bro. No lukewarm stuff. Like, this is it. It's either you in or you out. Jesus said, I do not want the lukewarm. I will spit it out. He will spit out the lukewarm. So this is it. Like I said before, man, consistent time, physical Bible, the desire to know why, the desire to get into the word. All these things, I promise you, 5 minutes a day, 3 minutes a day. Select what book that you want to get into. I promise you, all my life, you will. And like, there's no, and ask God for help. If you have trouble reading for 5 minutes, bro, I'm not lying. Like, it sounds crazy, but like, bro, I was falling asleep trying to read the word. Let's get into the word, man. Because if we don't have the word, what are we going to use in battle? Our hands? Bro, we not fighting demons with hands, bro. We fighting them with the word. We fighting them with the word. And we shouldn't have done. We fighting them with the word. 5 minutes a day, man. I'm gonna holler at y'all, bro. Thank y'all for watching the video. If you did find it, resourceful, if you did find it helpful, I hope that this I really do hope that this comes to somebody who needs, who needs to get into the word. Like, if you need to re-enter the word, if you need to get into it, if you are a beginner, please take this and actually go. Set the reminder right now. Buy a physical Bible on Amazon. I'll leave it in the link for you. I'll leave it in the description, bro. I'm gonna catch y'all, man. I appreciate everybody for watching the video. Please tell me if I was clear and concise. If I wasn't, tell me, man. I'm trying to get better. So, yeah, man, I'm gonna holler at y'all, bro. Appreciate y'all, boys.